Hey guys, in this video let's discuss eviction policy. So the eviction policy, it determines what happens when a database or a cache reaches its memory limit. That is when the cache reaches its max capacity. So in such case, to make room for new data, that is to add a new record or to add a new key in the cache, older data needs to be evicted or removed as per the selected policy, and that is eviction policy. So guys, I guess this definition and this explanation is quite self-explanatory. And now guys, before we discuss eviction policy, let's first understand the below two common strategies which are used to keep deleting or removing the old records from the cache. So guys, below two, these are actually not eviction policies, but these are the strategies using which we keep on removing old records. So the first is set key expiration. And as you can guess, we set key expiration while adding the key or record itself. Instead of waiting for memory pressure, that is instead of waiting for cache size to reach its maximum limit. And again guys, as you can guess, in this scenario it might be possible that we end up removing the key or the record which is frequently used, again because we have already set the expiration time. And it might also be possible that we may end up removing the record which is rarely used, right? But then this is what it is, that is set key expiration strategy. And then the second we have is when backend database data changes, we should remove the key or record from cache. And again, this example we have been discussing quite a few times. So again, imagine we have an application, and in one of the web pages of that application we display the list of our application administrators. So again for the first time we will fetch that list from backend database, we will store it in the cache, and for all subsequent calls, instead of fetching that data from the database, we will simply fetch it from the cache. Great. But again, let's say when this backend database data changes, that is, let's say a new admin is added or existing admin is deleted. So what we should do is, when that new admin is added, we should simply delete that record from the cache. So that means whenever someone requests for the list of admins next time, again that record, it will not be there in the cache, so it will be fetched from the database, and again in the database we have the correct updated record, right? So again we can use that strategy, that is when backend database data changes, we can simply delete that record from the cache. And now finally let's understand eviction policy and its different options, and then we will quickly see where we can set up such eviction policy in Azure portal. So guys, if you can see this screen, we have these different eviction policies available. Now I am not going through each of policy in detail. I guess these are self-explanatory and you can simply read and try to understand that. But I will try to explain a couple of policies. So for example, let's say we have this policy, that is volatile LRU. And again it says removes least recently used keys with expire field set to true. That means let's say we have a key or a record in cache for which we have set the expiration time. See guys, that key or record is not expired yet, but let's say our Redis cache now it reaches maximum limit and we are trying to add new records or keys in it. So at that time, such keys which are least recently used and for which expiration field is set to true, those will be removed first. Then second we have this volatile LFU. That means it removes least frequently used keys, again for which expire field is set to true. So again I guess that was also self-explanatory. Now let's try to understand this one, that is volatile TTL. It says removes least frequently used keys with expire field set to true and the shortest remaining TTL value. So again, this is the keys for which expiry is set to true and it is going to expire very soon. That is, it has the shortest remaining TTL value, that is time to leave value. Okay, so again guys, you can pause this video and you can read this eviction policy and then you can implement it in your application as per your requirement. And now let's quickly see these options in Azure portal. So again guys, we are in Azure and this is our Redis cache. We are under overview and now can you see this advanced settings under settings? So let's click on it. And guys, can you see this option, that is max memory policy, and you see it is the eviction strategy. And if I click on this drop down, we have these different options. So again, we can set up eviction policy as per our requirement. So that's it guys. Thanks for listening.